Oklahoma people understand art and culture, and they want to enhance that in their communities. I had never been here, so I took a trip out to see the community and the college. I was blown away at just how huge everything was and how high level the programs were, and this beautiful museum. And I was like, this is it. This is the place. If we could get an exhibition here, it would be super special for America. When the art students come in, they're going to be blown away at the way in which he handles composition, and again, a dynamic, almost cinematic nature to the way he draws. I mean, you really feel it's a still from a film instead of just an illustration of a book.
What I don't understand with my dad's work is how does that idea go so beautifully from his head onto the paper? And that's the alchemy, that's the magic. But also, in the 1950s and 60s, he learnt to draw, and he learnt to draw very, very well. Now, drawing is a shorthand for him. But he honed his craft. So you can't take that away from him, that he can break the rules because he absolutely understands them so minutely. What I find quite interesting is about the same time that Dad was doing his national service in the RAF, Hunter was doing his national service in the American Air Force. So actually they had that in common. Dad always says they were like chalk and cheese, but they were like brothers, very quickly were kindred spirits. And Hunter, in a way, used to, I don't want to say bully him, but Hunter had all these wild ideas for the adventures, and Dad was just sort of along for the ride. And I mean, how he wasn't arrested, I don't really know.
With gonzo journalism with Ralph and Hunter, it was about first person. It was about being authentic to your experience. And so he's carried that tried and true throughout the work. It's never been like, hey, well, I'm famous, I'm going to change things up to please people or to do whatever. He's just constantly himself. And that's the reason why I work with him and work with Sadie, is because I love that authentic nature of his work and how it's carried through his whole entire career. I think it's important to tell other artists and the public about that, because we don't get a lot of people who are real. They all want to play a part. Many of the pieces in this exhibition have never been exhibited before and are a surprise for the audiences. There's things that they've seen maybe in print, but never the originals. So this will be really exciting for many people who are huge fans, and also for the uninitiated who don't know Ralph Steadman's work. They're going to be blown away and have to come back time and time again. I think there'll be multiple visits to see the whole show, because there's so much depth and interest in these works.
What you'll find is you'll be wandering around and there are these amazing textural bits and collage and things. A lot of those are just bits of the paper that he has on the back of his drawing board that catch the excess bits of ink and stuff around the paper that he's painting. And then he holds on to those, and he might tear a bit off and use it as a background, a landscape. There's some pieces around, you'll notice that a lot, and just that, they're accidents, but that it gives so much depth. One of my favourite pieces, the Lorca portrait, has got an entire background of that, of just ripped pieces, probably then goes in. There's very few lines really to pull out the drawing. And just those sort of happy accidents, really. He's just, happy to embrace all of those.
This is life-changing work. And that's the thing that we wanted to see happen, is give that student the opportunity to be exposed to such life-changing work and see what they do with it, how it affects them. I think that with Ralph's work, it allows you to also have a sense of voice. Like, a lot of people in different areas of their studies get very isolated, and they don't understand the way that we connect with one another. Ralph's work is about collaboration, it's about connection, it's about story, it's about narrative, it's about the idea of the expression on a person's face and what that relays. When you look at Ralph's work and you experience his story and the way he comes to the world and brings these things, you really realize there's an empowerment in it. You don't feel so alone.